What is up YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to begin the Construct Quarter. Now you may be wondering what happened to the Military Quarter. Well, to be honest with you, since we fell behind, I decided it would be best to go with the Fresh Wing, and then we'll revisit that one once we get time. It's even possible that we may go back and forth between the two wings. But for now, let's go ahead and focus on some of the most recent content in the game. Now the funny thing about the Construct Quarter is it happens to be something I'm very familiar with, going back many years. I used to belong to a pretty amazing guild in World of Warcraft, and we ran the Naxxramus 40-man raid. Now this raid was pretty difficult at the time, and our guild leader actually made us go against Patchwerk first. He was basically a gear check boss, so I guess he figured if we could beat him, then we could get pretty far in Naxx.
Patchwerk is sewn together from adventurers who couldn't defeat Lorewalker Cho.
So anyways, after wiping many times, we did defeat this boss, but unfortunately we couldn't fully complete this raid before the Burning Crusade expansion. Now Patchwerk's bio says, the massive abomination is Kel'Thuzad's unstoppable avatar of war. Also his hero power happens to be Hateful Strike. For 4 mana, he'll destroy a minion. That means you probably don't want to use a deck that has a low minion count unless you have some other means of taking out the enemy. I actually made the mistake of using my priest deck first, and it relies on getting minions out and then pumping up their health, and then later attack. Let me just tell you, this worked terribly. So now I'm going with my Warlock Zoo, and this has a ton of minions and basically relies on a swarming technique. Patchwerk is a very interesting boss. He has no deck, so he actually takes fatigue damage. What this means is every time he would try to draw a card, he would instead take damage. Other than that, he's going to rely on his Hateful Strike to destroy your minions, and then he also starts with a weapon. His weapon is the only way that he's going to attack your hero, but it does hit for 5, and it has Death Rattle. Put this weapon into your hand. Basically his hook is never going away, and he's going to attack for 5 every single turn. One way that you can help with this is by using minions with taunt. So we do have a Voidwalker, and he's a 1/3 for 1 mana. The good news is his Hateful Strike can't come into play just yet because he doesn't have 4 mana. So what I'm going to do is try to get out some minions as early as I can, starting with that Voidwalker, and then I'm going to use the coin and cast a Flame Imp. Patchwerk only has 30 HP, and we know exactly what he's going to do every turn. He's going to attack with his weapon, and then once he gets 4 mana, he's going to destroy a minion each turn. Just like in the actual raid encounter, it's kind of a race against time. He's going to continue hitting you with Hateful Strike, and you have to try to absorb it, while at the same time doing enough damage to take him down before he breaks through. Now I have to admit, it's a pretty close race at the beginning, and he actually takes a significant lead. By the way, one other thing that I did want to mention about the old raid times. I used to have a macro that said, well actually it yelled, Patchwerk want to play, and it would scare my raid sometimes. The reason for this is because that's what he would typically yell when someone pulled him. And also when he took someone out, he would usually say this, no more play. Now if only he would have hit my egg instead, and then we got that 4/4 Nerubian. Oh well, there's always next time. And right now we just gave our 2 minions taunt, so that's going to help us absorb some of those weapon hits. Meanwhile, we want to keep that damage coming as steady as possible. This time he does get lucky, and Hateful Strike is going to hit one of my taunts. The good news is the Harvest Golem does come back as a 2/1, and we do absorb his weapon hit. However, we can only take 2 more before the 3rd hit will kill us. What I'm going to do on this turn is play a Dark Iron Dwarf, and then we can pump our attack by 2. So that means we get hit for 10 damage. On the very next turn, no matter what, we should be able to easily win. That's because we have that Doom Guard, and he has a charge and 5 attack. Even with that Hateful Strike taking out 4 damage, we still have 10 left on our side of the board. Now truthfully, I could pump our damage and do as much as possible, especially with that Direwolf Alpha, but instead I'm just going to play the Doom Guard, attack for 4, and then for 5. And that's going to be the end of the first boss of the Construct Quarter. Next we'll see what Kel'Thuzad has to say about us beating his avatar, and then we'll collect our reward.
My should have sewn him together from better players.
As always, Kel'Thuzad is very well written, and I love that voice actor. Now the reward for this one is pretty amazing. It's the Undertaker. It's a 1/2 for 1 mana, and whenever you summon a minion with Death Rattle, he gains +1/+1. I'm definitely interested in crafting a deck around this guy, and then hopefully we can get it to work and have quite a bit of fun with him. Once I do this, I'll definitely show you the deck, and I'll make sure to make a video of it in action. That's going to be it for part 1, but tune in next time for the battle against Grobulus. Lastly, I would like to thank you all for watching, and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.